Joseph.
And we're back.
Shut up.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
We are definitely recording on our device. We also have a backup recorder just in case. We think that this is going to work fine, but we'll only find out.
This is a learning, growing experience. So
This is.
I don't know how this recorded with no device, no memory card or anything. It just recorded. So I don't know where it gets stored in here potentially. But that's why we have a backup mic now. So if this fails for some reason,
that will pick it up.
We have a shotgun mic that will be better than what the last episode was.
It's just dropped today. We fell behind, guys. We were doing really great with having backups on backups where we wouldn't have to film necessarily every week. We failed at that. So.
We're going to have to squeak out probably one more on maybe like Friday.
We do, because I'm gone, remember, October 6th to the 13th.
Well, we have time to get, but I'm saying if we can get one more this week, it'll push it out. We'll be better. We'll be better. We're getting better at this, guys. Hard to believe that we're on episode 24. That's 24 straight weeks of consistent YouTube uploads.
Look at us go.
That is ridiculous.
Would you just look at it?
Just look at it.
Just look at it. So Joseph and I are on like a level of -10 today. But we're trying our hardest to hold conversations with each other. And I feel like this will be really easy to hold a conversation about because we just did this a couple days ago. So how was your weekend? What'd you do?
Not much. Well, first off, yesterday, Washington, big win. Want to know?
Big win.
Undefeated. I'm keeping it undefeated. The Patriots, however, winless.
0-1.
Like one of the only times I ever
Defeated.
wanted fucking help from New England. Like if you're playing Dallas, which you are going to play Dallas,
yes.
The Giants, Philly. Just squeak out one and fucking Brady came back and you guys still fucking shit the bed.
I know. It's that first initial, 5 minutes that annihilated us, and then we came back from it, but it just wasn't enough, unfortunately. Mac Jones,
he didn't play that bad.
He didn't, but the first initial few minutes was do or die enough to...
Well, that pick was a bad throw, but it was also like... You got your hands on it, but it was a bad throw because it was deflected. But
tough.
Anyway, so that was Sunday. Saturday, big wedding day.
And
you had 2 that day.
I did. I had 2 weddings. I had one for Nikki's cousin, Alex and Becca, and then we had one together for our friends, Margaret and Brendan, and it was so much fun. And you were in the wedding, though, so that made it different.
Bow tie, Joe tie. I had a bow tie, Joe tie that day.
You had a bow tie, Joe tie. You had suspenders. I think you looked dapper. I think suspenders. I know where Margaret was at. Like suspenders and bow ties are like chef's kiss on boys. Like that was the one thing. Nikki would always wear ties, and I'm like, can you wear a bow tie, please? So since we've been dating, for any of the events, weddings, whatever, he's never worn a tie. It's always been a bow tie. I love bow ties.
It was the first time I've rocked a bow tie.
You were very self-conscious about it. You're like, it's tilting downwards.
Well, it was, and Margaret knew it was because the top button, I couldn't get buttoned, so I had to keep it kept flapping down. But it wasn't just me. The other guys had it flapping down because they don't wear bow ties either. I think it was a first for everybody except Brendan to wear bow ties. So this
you know what
foreign.
It is because Margaret probably likes it. So then Brendan started wearing it because Margaret likes it. And then so on and so forth.
It's a good look. I just don't.
It's such a clean, such a nice look. It's just.
I just don't think it's. There's certain things that you have to kind of know your boundaries. I don't think bow ties work for me. I also don't think the color the brown was very limited in that setup, but I can't wear I would never be able to wear a brown suit or something.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't put brown suit, but brown suspenders was just enough that I thought that looked nice. And then the pink just went with their flowers and everything like that. It was a cute little touch. And you have a pink sweatshirt, so it wasn't too far off for you to wear pink.
I like pink.
Yeah, I know.
It's just like, but there's colors I won't wear, like brown and green. I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I just can't. It just doesn't work.
I feel like green would work for you. Like a forest green. We're not talking about a lime green.
I disagree. What colors don't work for you?
None.
You see,
I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
but
kidding.
you weren't though. See,
no, I'm kidding. Here's
the honesty from me,
no.
and then you were like, "Oh, every color works for me."
No, light pinks don't work for me because of my skin tone.
Okay.
I need more like vibrant colors because of my skin tone. So yellow, orange, and red are like really great on my skin tone. I can do like greens and blues and purple, but anything light or like
a light pastel or something just doesn't work.
It just doesn't work with my skin tone. Also nudes where like other like Caucasian girls, white girls can wear like nude and they look super cute.
What is this?
Nude, like a tan color.
Well, it looks like
I just look naked.
Yeah.
I straight up have nude leggings, and I wore them to Target one day, and a girl double took in my aisle, and she's like, "I'm so sorry. I thought you had no pants on," and I was like, "It's okay."
Somebody commented on one of the videos. It must have been a reel or a short that said she's not wearing any clothes. And I don't remember. It was like if it was a top or pants or something, but I get it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So anything remotely close to my skin color is a no. I feel
That's
like
fair.
a baby pink, would that work for you or doesn't work for you? Because you get red sometimes. So I feel like a baby pink might be too close to like your skin tone.
Like a light pink?
Yeah, like a baby pink. Yeah, like a light pink.
Yeah, but that like hoodie I have is kind of like that.
No, I mean like lighter.
Lighter?
Like pastel pink.
Maybe not. But like I used to rock, when I used to have to wear like a shirt and tie every day to work, I used to rock like the gray pants with like a hot pink shirt button up with a pink and gray top. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm telling you.
There's certain shirts.
I fuck with the
like
pink.
Nikki, like for button-up shirts, I don't really love colors for button-up shirts. Like I like white. I know guys like at weddings, like sometimes like they'll wear like a purple, like a deep purple, or like a hot pink. Like to me, those are almost like too much. I like a more neutral-ish.
Well, at a wedding, yes, but I'm
like
saying like
button up.
this was like
and then you can go colorful on the ties.
Yeah, but the ties have to like be neat looking. Like those funky ties that people wear, like you gotta be like neat.
Do you like designs on your ties? I don't.
They can have a pattern, but it has to be like it has to look like clean. I feel like I have a good eye for that.
Do you like the big fat ties or the skinny ties?
Either or. Not huge, but like a normal tie or like a skinnier tie. Those are fine.
I think if I were to have anyone wear a tie to my wedding, like in my groom's party, I'm getting comfy. I don't feel good. So the shoes come off and everything. Yeah, I would do skinny ties. I don't like the normal ties. They remind me of my dad. My dad wore ties like every day to work.
But they're used to like back in the day, they used to be like the really fat ties.
Yeah.
Those are not.
I don't like those.
The skinnier, but like to normal size. Yeah. I mean, I like ties. I fuck with ties, but like I never usually have a reason to fucking wear one, so I don't anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I also don't wear jeans, really.
Yeah, you don't. You wear a lot of sweatpants.
Dude, they're not sweatpants. We're not going to keep having this conversation, okay? They're fucking like joggers.
They're joggers. They're chinos. They're this. They're that.
Well, they are different than sweatpants. You're making it seem like I'm a fucking...
bum.
You're like a fucking bum in my sweatpants.
It's fine. I only wear gym clothes. So I'm pretty sure in every episode, I was just talking about it. I don't think I've worn makeup in an episode since like week 2. I used to never wear makeup. I never not wear makeup in front of people. That's how you know I'm comfortable in front of you. I have not worn.
Well, I would hope so.
Well, like I used to like seeing anybody, I would still put on like a little bit, like a little concealer, just like something that would make me look less dead inside.
Bro,
I just don't care anymore.
Yeah, be the Walking Dead. Who gives a fuck? I don't fucking care.
It's so funny because Joseph and I looked so nice. Oh, I was going to bring my cartoon character.
Ah, shit. Yeah,
I took a picture of it, so I'll show it. But Joseph and I looked so nice this weekend, and now to fast forward just 2
Now we
days,
look like shit on a Monday.
We look like shit. Our moods are shit. Everything's just fucking shit right now. And it's so funny because, like I said, like we were like so with it earlier. Like we were like, no worries. We just looked so nice. I actually have some pictures, so I'll come up to the camera and I'll show.
I'm like all tangled here. I'm sorry.
No,
this is like par for the course for how today has been going. It seems like.
Right. So this is our cartoon
Caricature. Notice the dog bowl.
I know. And then Joseph and I all dressed up. There it is. Okay.
Wait, which one is that? I didn't see any pictures from that.
I tagged you on Instagram, but you don't go on Instagram.
I did yesterday. I had to, I had to tell the masses that Washington won.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I did go back on. I think I saw that actually. Did I repost
that was like
it?
immediately? Probably not. That was as soon as I saw you, and I was like, look, you look so nice.
Oh no, send me
It was
that.
just so sweet. And then we grabbed our card, and then I took a picture with you before we took more pictures where all of a sudden you have my phone and you're taking these pictures instead.
Oh, look at me. I look like a fucking ghost. Like Casper.
Yeah, so it was really cute. So Margaret had this cartoonist make caricatures, right? I say it so weird. But the guy, his name is Don, I believe, but he was like, tell me a little bit about yourself to Joe. And I go, Joe really likes Modelos. We actually call them Joey Delos. I call them Joey Delos. His friends call them Joe Delos. I said that
you noticed he asked me, and you just fucking ran.
I gave your Tinder profile that you don't actually have. I'll put that out there. Well,
no, I'm not a loser.
I talked about our podcast. I talked about our first episode and about the dog bowl debacle and whatever. Like I told him everything under the sun about this kid, and we didn't know he was drawing this. And next thing we know, we get the picture back, and in Joe's hand is a Modelo. And then in my hand is a dog bowl that says Fido with a dog tag on it.
And
a $sign on it.
While you were telling him that story, I know it's so good.
It's so good.
He agreed with me.
He did agree with you. I think it's a male thing.
I think it's because I heard females that thought that was completely erratic behavior.
Depending.
You're on an island, dude.
Oh, I will have you say real quick. I don't want to get off topic, but I talked to my landlord to see if I can have a pet because I talked about Chance. So I lost my cat last week. It was really hard. And so I talked to him and his wife. I hadn't met them yet. So it was like my first time meeting them. And I was just like, hi, like I got your mail. So it was actually good timing. And I gave him mail that came to like our mailbox. And I was talking about like the cat, and I welcomed them inside of the house so they could see how clean it is. And he's like, well, I've done it once before for like another place that I owned. And he's like, just don't tell anybody at this apartment complex about it, but I'll do some thinking. And like maybe not I'll do something. He was like, maybe we can figure out something where like you pay like a fee for the pet. And I was like, yeah, like I don't need a yes or no right now. Just I wanted to put it in your ear to hear you and to let you know that I was thinking about it. And that was kind of it. So.
And even that, like a fee, waste of money.
So here's the thing. If it's a monthly fee, I'm going to say no because hold on, because I can have you say something happened, God forbid something happens to the house, but you need a place to crash. I can have you live on my couch at my apartment for no extra money on my rent. But, so I don't think I should have to do a monthly fee. I would rather do a non-refundable flat fee of like $150, $200.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think typically they're like $50 extra a month.
Yeah, that would be like a lot.
It's just not worth it.
If I can put up the debate of I could have someone else, like Nick lives with me, right? Like I could have lived on my own and it would be the same price as Nick living with me.
Are you going to try to argue with the guy about his contract?
I might not argue, but
I mean,
might
you could have that argument with me, and I would tell you.
Not argue, but I would just be like, would you be opposed to doing a flat fee?
Yes.
Wait, I'm not asking you, but I
You
might
just
be
were.
Like,
you were just asking me.
No, I'm putting it out there of how I would word it to him. I wouldn't debate, but I would be like, would you be opposed to doing a flat fee that is non-refundable, that essentially would be like your cleaning fee if you needed to, but I guarantee you won't need to clean anything.
But the thing is, if it's a $50 a month thing and you say I'll pay you $200, he's getting fucked on the deal.
Or I just don't get a pet. Like
I
in
mean,
that case,
that would be the logical move.
well, if it is a monthly, then I want to get a pet.
Like, why would we?
But so that's the thing. Either get the extra 200 for me, or you get nothing, and there would be no pet.
I would, if it was me, I'd tell you, take that $200 and go buy yourself something else, because I'm not taking it.
Good thing you're not my landlord.
It's just not worth. I mean, I know what you're saying, because you could have a human live there, like.
Yeah.
But that's different than a pet.
It's not.
It is, because you're the one who has to.
Because that monthly fee would just be going in his pocket. He wouldn't be using it to clean
I know, but
anything.
the thing is, when you have a pet, you're responsible for it. The other person is like a fucking human adult that they're self-sufficient, or should be. People just don't want.
If I had a kid,
but they don't want animals. Like, people don't want animals. They don't want fucking hair and piss and shit and barking and stuff. That's what people don't want. That.
But that's what the cleaning fee would be for.
I know, but people don't want. Yeah, like, you just can't get that through your head. Some people don't want, especially if they own the property.
But he said that they had done it
pets.
at other places, so that's why.
Just bend, see what you can get out of it.
I'm gonna see. Well, I'll report back to you. But back to weddings. Yeah. So we got the cartoon. What? It's telling me I need to drink.
Drink.
Okay. I have
drink break.
Ready? Cheers. Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm still not coming back to life no matter how much water I'm drinking.
Today? Nah.
It's just not happening for us.
It's just not in the fucking cards today, I don't think.
So, yeah. So the wedding was absolutely beautiful. You were in the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I was not. I was a guest. But I had 2 weddings that day, and it got me thinking. So both of them were technically...
Oh,
no. Well, both of them are technically backyard weddings. Technically, I guess,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So the one that I went to before, which was Nikki's cousin, was like a true backyard. It was like someone's house, like their house. They got a little tent, like not a little, but they got a tent. They put it in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
They put some seats in the front yard. They did like the ceremony. The ceremony, I think, was like 15 minutes from start to finish of people like walking and then like saying it, because they wanted it to be like not super like intimate type deal, because they don't like all eyes on them. Sounds like your friend Graham.
Me too, depending on what it is. I don't like forced attention or planned attention.
Your walk-in to
Margaret's
and Brendan's wedding says otherwise. He's doing the McGregor walk-in.
Well, that depends on what the
scenario is.
It depends on the situation, I guess.
So, yeah. So that was like a true backyard wedding versus Margaret and Brendan's was like a backyard wedding, but I almost don't consider it a backyard wedding because of...
Well, it's just a big property.
It's a huge property.
It is.
Like, it's massive.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see the pool situation, but someone posted... I think one of the content girls, they posted like what it looked like from the pool area. That area was huge. I didn't even know that was like a thing. Because when I came, you guys were already in the area of like the
I know you
gazebo.
missed my walk-in and everything.
I saw it from behind as I was driving. I had seen it. Because when I literally turned the corner and all of a sudden I see them all starting to walk out. I'm like, cool. Like, I'm not that late, because I thought I was going to be coming right when they were going to be doing food.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought, because I sent Joseph a text message and then he didn't respond, and I was like, he's drinking. He's having a grand old time. But it was funny because I pulled up, and then of course Margaret and Brendan were about to walk in at that point, and I talked to Margaret after, and she was like, yeah, Brendan has like really great peripheral vision where he saw it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like, look who's here.
He was like, she was like, he saw you from like the corner of his eye, and he was like, oh, Camilla's here. But yeah, so I showed up solo, And then Nick joined me after because he spent some more time with his family.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to do the best I could with like splitting it. Obviously, towards the end of the night, I spent more time at Margaret's, but that was just because of like I needed to make sure I was somewhere for food.
Right.
And to be honest, by the time that Nick came, it was only like an hour left. So it was
it was late.
Yeah. So I think I came at a good time where I got to do the ceremony and then cocktail hour, like some of cocktail hour with his family.
Mm-hmm.
And then I left and then came and did. It was a 40-minute drive in between the two. So then I had to drive 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Get to Margaret and Brendan's. And they were both beautiful. They both made beautiful brides. Do you want to see Alex's, you don't know Alex, but Nikki's cousin, Alex, and Becca. Look how cute they were. Two little bride and grooms. Do. Look how cute.
Oh yeah.
Aren't they cuties? But it was like I said, true backyard. They have like a beautiful house too, but
Yeah.
Margaret and Brendan's was like borderline not backyard wedding because of the property.
I mean, technically it was a backyard. It's just the property is just
massive.
Yeah, it's just so fucking big. So
overall, it got me thinking though.
Oh no.
No, it's nothing nothing crazy. Would you?
No.
You wouldn't.
I don't know. What were you gonna say?
Would you even have like a backyard wedding? I know you don't want to have like a wedding. Would you even do like a backyard where it's like small? It doesn't have to be as big of a property as that, but like, would you even do a backyard wedding? You could do it in your backyard.
You know how fucking small it is? It'd be like me and Cheese, Greg and Maurice. So I could put like 5 people in there.
That's it.
That's it. Like total.
You would have a fire at the end of the night and then just call it a
Oh
day.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
We'll play basketball in the driveway.
Yeah. Would you do that? Would you do even like a small
I'm not ruling out. We've talked about this. I'm not ruling out getting married. It's not at the top of my list. Like I'd be more. Don't quote me on that. But I think I would be more apt to have a kid than to get married. But then again, like
Mom, did you hear that?
Listen.
you might get a second one.
Listen, no, nope. Skirt. I'm not ruling out kids or marriage at some point. I'm not speaking of the devil. There's Graham. Yeah, I'm not ruling out marriage or kids. If it happens, it happens. So I mean, a backyard wedding. Yeah, sure, why not? If I did it,
okay,
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I
Although,
can't wait
like,
to be your best man, best woman.
You're not. Well, that's a great question though. I feel like
you only want to have men in your party.
Do I only want to have men in my party? I probably would. I don't take that personally.
Offended.
I don't take that personally. I know that's tough. Dude, there's so many people that like I hate to be the guy that's like, well, I have, because like, sorry, but typically it's a girl thing that they have more because they have more, like, you know, they can't leave somebody out. That's how I would feel for the guys. Like I would have, I don't know, dude.
You have a lot of guy friends.
I'm trying to think in my head.
You have
like,
a lot.
Like Cheese, Greg, Maurice, Mike, Graham, but he would say no, which is okay.
Yeah.
Brendan.
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah.
Like Pete.
Yeah.
Like even like oddly, like I would like my sister to be in it somehow.
That's what I mean. Like, but like theoretically, in a perfect world, this is how that would work. The girl that you would be marrying becomes close enough friends with your sister because you guys hang out and whatever. And then she would invite her when she lives in Texas. John.
Get it together, okay?
John.
Like if you want to be in my fucking wedding,
you got to move back to Rhode Island.
The wedding
is the most lively we've been. This whole time is talking about John coming back to Rhode Island.
The wedding that like is
not actually happening. Just
let's be honest,
theoretical.
It's at like a fucking 2% chance.
I'll take that 2% though.
Fuck out of here.
I'll take it. I'll take it and freaking run with it. That's for damn sure. But
what,
like, for me, I would have like the group that I went to Hawaii and Iceland. So I got in that we have 1, 2, Heather. You know Heather.
Yeah.
So
shout out Heather.
Shout out 3, 4. There's 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So there's 5 there. Nalanda would be 6. My friend Kiara would be like 7. My cousin Gabby would be the maid of honor, so 8. So I think I have like 8-ish, give or take.
I know it's really tough. I can only imagine and honestly, I think we talked about this. Or I talked about this with somebody about like
it's so hard.
Well, because I never have gotten offended if I've been in a lot of weddings, which I do appreciate. It is like a nice thing, but if I wasn't included in their wedding party, but gotten just wouldn't. I'm not saying I do appreciate it, but I also would not be offended if I didn't get asked to be in a wedding party.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that too.
I think I am.
It depends. No,
I think it depends.
Girls are totally fucking different with that. Girls are
depends
because then it's
on who it is.
Well, then it's like, oh well, if you're a cousin of somebody, like, well, this cousin got in, but I didn't get it. It gets a little bit like girls get more offended by not being in a wedding party.
If I'm not in someone else's wedding party, then I have the go ahead to not have them be in my wedding party. Like, because I have a lot of people that I've gotten to be friends with that I've also known them for a long time. Yeah. But some of them are getting married before me or have gotten married or whatever. Mm-hmm. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm not in their wedding party. So then that means that I'm like, okay, I'm good to not have them in my wedding party as well. So it almost is like, it gives me the green light to stick with a smaller wedding party instead of having like 10 girls in my wedding party.
I agree. I think I would rather just do no wedding party or just have like one, like just the best man if they wanted to do it. Yeah, because then I feel like I would be that person that I'm not offended, but I would feel like, especially because I've been in a lot of weddings, like I feel like if I've been in your wedding, then
it has to be reciprocated. Because clearly you guys have that relationship that they value you as a really close friend enough to be in their wedding party. Right. And therefore it's reciprocated. I
don't know. That's what's, it's like, then it's just too many people that.
I was thinking about this. I'm like, also, if like, say I had gotten married, let's say I got married like years ago before any of my friends and stuff like that. Would you write down how much money each person gave you so that you knew that when you go to their wedding to give them the same amount?
That's an Italian thing.
Is it? Mm-hmm. I thought about it and I was like, oh, what if, like, because you don't want to give less than the person, like what they had. If someone gives you like whatever amount, you want to make sure you like match that. So what's your like rule of thumb for gift giving?
First of all, because this is a great conversation, this is a good topic. Sebastian Maniscalco, look it up. Italian weddings. He does a whole skit about that. Okay. It's hilarious because they go back later and they look up to see who paid what. So the people that were being...
I'm not crazy for thinking that.
The people that were being cheap about it, he's like, well, when the Antonucci's get married, put 10 singles in the envelope and tell them to go fuck themselves because they didn't pay. So it was like, made a joke out of it. It's tough because if you go as a couple... Because you got to pay for the plate.
So that's the idea. I was going to say the theme is you pay for your plate.
Plus a little bit more. So I would say, like, as a couple, but
I'm so curious.
If it was me by myself, I typically will go like
200.
But I think like you could probably do like 150 a person.
Oh shit!
Why? What do you fucking?
I do $100 per person.
That's fine.
The plate, because the plate typically is anywhere between. They estimate, depending on the wedding too, like obviously, like if you get it catered and it's like buffet style, it tends to be a little bit less. But they guess between like $60 to $80 a plate. So
yeah, I mean,
I usually give 100, sometimes 150.
So then it's like we have to call the card back. No, I think that's well, actually.
So like Nikki and I did 200. So we did 200 for his cousin and 200 for Margaret and Brendan.
That's fine. But you also only had one plate because he wasn't on the thing for dinner.
That is true. So that is true. And his cousin also had one plate. But typically that's what we do is like, I think 100
to 150 per person.
Yeah,
I think is fine.
Depending. Like my cousin, I gave like 150 to my cousin. Mm. But I was also her maid of honor. And I still did 150. So it was like...
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like if you're in the wedding, especially for I would assume that girls pay more. Like the guys have to rent a tux, which is usually between $200 and $250.
Well, like for girls at least, like for weddings, depending on the person, but it's like you buy your outfit, whatever else. If you're in the wedding party, then you have to buy like your dress, you get your hair done, you get your makeup done, you do the thing. Like if you're in the wedding party.
Right.
If you're not in the wedding party and you're just a guest, then you like a lot of times you get invited to like the bridal shower. So then you buy a bridal shower gift too, which is obviously like for the it's usually like for the house or like for the girl or whatever.
Right.
Like I tried to find out if Margaret's like family was going to be there, which they were. Because, like, I like to get, like, a little, like, lingerie piece as a little, like, it's not a gag gift because it would get used type deal. But, like, almost like a little gag gift, like, with the other stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But instead, I got her, like, mugs because I knew her parents were going to be there. So
awkward.
So I did mugs with, like, a knife set type deal.
But I didn't realize, and this is just my stupidity, like, recently learned that when you're in the wedding party and the like a bridesmaid, y'all keep the dress.
Yeah.
Because you got to make alterations.
I told you that. Yeah. Yeah.
And like guys, it's literally
you rent it.
You rent it for a day.
Yeah. For us, like you buy the dress outright. So I remember like for my cousins when I was the maid of honor, like I mean that dress is sitting in my basement. I got to like figure out a way to get rid of it. But it was like a $350 dress that I had bought. And
right.
Maybe like $350, and then I paid to get my hair done, or maybe my aunt paid for. I can't remember, but like I did my own makeup. I did my cousin's makeup. So yeah, it just kind of depends. It depends. It depends on like the wedding and the party, the party himself. Like we traveled for a wedding this past summer to California, and they always say that like, oh, that's the gift is like, I'm coming to your wedding. Like I'm traveling, I'm buying my flight, I'm paying for my hotel, whatever else.
I would. But then
I always feel so awkward doing like that. To me, like that's just like
because that if you're gonna be the type of person.
So we still gave money.
Yeah, but do they live? They live there.
No, they live here.
Oh, all right. That's different then. If you're gonna do a destination wedding and you sign up for it and you're gonna make it like your own little vacation, you're still paying way more. I mean, again, as the couple getting married, you're running the risk that you want.
A lot of people will not come.
They won't come.
Like, imagine if I did one in Italy. Would you come?
If it was in Italy?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool, huh?
Why?
I've been thinking more about it because we have a lot of.
My gift
have a lot of
is my presence.
Thanks. We have a lot of family friends here in the States. Like my dad has a lot of friends. So I would have like a 300-person wedding. So how do I go about that and make sure that it's not 300 people?
Yeah.
I get it in another country.
That's a good topic too, is the obligation. I feel like parents, when you're getting married, parents want to invite their cousins and their friends and people that they're close with. And it's like, some of like your removed relatives, you don't fucking know them anymore. Yeah. Like if they got married and didn't invite me, I wouldn't fucking care. Like, so I don't know why. I think it's like the parents want, well, we're going to invite so-and-so. It's like, whose wedding is this? Is it yours?
But also they do help pay for it. So that's tough.
I know, but
like a lot of time they give like funds to help pay for a wedding.
That's fine. But it's also like, it's your wedding. So like if it came down to like, you had 2 spots left and you had like a second cousin that you haven't really seen or anything, or you had like a newer friend.
I would invite the newer friend.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, I don't know this to be for certain, but it seems like a lot of times like the families want to invite like.
Yes.
But you got to figure like
especially in
another
like
step removed.
Like Middle Eastern families. I only know that also because the friends that got married this past summer, they had an Indian wedding. So the girl was talking about like they only had like a capacity of like 400 and their parents like invited 450, like an extra 50 people. So they had to like figure out a way of having them. And they're like, oh, like they could just like be outside of the venue. Like they could just hang out. And it's like, no.
It's not a Taylor Swift concert.
There's a fire like code capacity that you can have. Like this doesn't work.
I would rather, honestly, do like a private thing and then just have like
A big reception.
just have like a big reception or a big party later.
I technically had a third wedding on Saturday, but they just did the private ceremony, and then in 2 weeks they're having a big reception that I'm invited to.
See that. I don't know. I'm not big on.
They're gonna do like a little recap video of the private ceremony. Like it'll show on a projection, and then everyone will party.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. Would you write your own vows?
So yes, I will. I would. But I don't know if I would want to read them in front of everyone or if I would read them privately to Nick and just have like a videographer like capture that really like intimate moment with just like Nick and I.
I don't know.
I feel like I wouldn't want to cry in front of everyone.
I know. Well,
I would be like, and I just love you so. Like people would be like, all right, Camilla, like get your shit together.
Get it together. I would rather like just repeat whatever the
so that's
officiant
not like
would say.
Yeah, so those aren't like.
You're not writing the vows because like when you write them, you're
they're
saying
intimate.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like
they're intimate. They're more personal.
That's nice to do, like you said, in a private manner. But like I almost feel like if I was on the opposite end and somebody wrote vows and was saying it to me, and I have to, it's almost like when somebody starts like singing a cappella in a room. Like I don't know what to like. I wouldn't know what to do with my hands. I might just leave.
You would just hold the paper.
No. If somebody was like, yes, when I'm reading, but if somebody's reading and looking at me with their vows, I might leave.
No,
bro, it would be so awkward, especially with everybody sitting there and like
I'm like reading it from the paper, and you're just like
I wouldn't know what to do.
You're supposed to be like tuned in.
I would. I'd be tuned out, bro. I'd be tuned the fuck out.
You're supposed to be tuned into the words, so like you're watching your significant other say the words, and like
I know,
you're locking eyes, and you're making them feel at ease to read those out loud too, because they get nervous too.
I guess that's fair. I would rather that be a private moment if that was ever gonna fucking happen.
So that's one of the things that I'm like, maybe I would do it just privately, just him and I, and a videographer and a photographer.
Write him a song. As performed by.
I wouldn't want like sadness at my wedding. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I don't want people to cry. So I want things to be just like a big celebration. Like I don't want to do a father-daughter dance.
It's like a happy cry though.
It is.
You don't want to do a father-daughter dance?
It wouldn't be to a slow song. My dad doesn't know this, and he doesn't watch the podcast, so he would never know.
Dad.
I know. But it would be like a Kurdish dance. Like him and I would start it and then have other Kurdish people like join it.
But that's nice though.
Yeah,
you can do it whatever you want.
It wouldn't be a slow dance. And then if Nick and his mom wanted to do a slow dance, they can do that. But I don't know. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that either. I might have to just be like, all right, Pabs, we're just going to bust out the electric slide. We're going to do the electric slide, the Macarena, and the bus stop. Like that. We're just gonna run it.
I really liked how Margaret and Brendan, for their like first song or whatever, they went to each table really fast to take pictures with each table before the song ended. I thought that was so fun.
Oh,
Do you remember?
the selfie thing. Yeah. It was like the speed round of selfies.
Yeah. But also smart on them, because now they have pictures with each table and each person theoretically.
Yeah.
So it makes it really easy for them to then be like, oh, we grabbed pictures together. So they're not taking pictures the whole night. I feel like some people get so caught up in like the picture part that then like they don't get to dance or enjoy things or enjoy their dinner or whatever.
I also like, as the guest, whether I'm in the party or not, like I like to be like in the like, don't worry about me, because you know what I mean. Like for the couple, it's always like they have to make sure that they make their rounds. Now, granted, I was with Brendan all day, and the day before I was with Margaret. But even if I wasn't and I was just there at the wedding, like I'm always like, don't worry about. If you didn't come see me, I'm good. You know what I mean? Because they have to go around and see everybody. They got to make their rounds. And it's just natural. And like the day flies by.
Yeah. I know. That felt like it went by really fast. And I wasn't even there for the ceremony and cocktail hour. But it's just like, Indian weddings do it right. It's 3 days long. There's no way that you can look back on it and be like, because so many times the people who are getting married, they say that they don't even... It just flies by, and like in the blink of an eye, like all that planning is just like over. So for the Indian weddings, at least like For me, like, I black out. The first time that I do something, like, I almost, like, black out. Like, I don't even remember it. Went to the Jonas Brothers concert, blacked out. Couldn't even remember. Like, I was right in front of them. So went the second time with Heather, loved my experience. We got to sing. We got to dance. It was fine. So it's, like, I almost need, like, a 2-day wedding so that I can, like, sorry, Allie Jean's calling. So I almost need, like, a 2-day wedding so that I can fully comprehend everything that's happening.
Okay, yep.
It's not going to happen, but I want a more, like, low-key wedding. I don't want...
But if you get married in Italy, I'll go. Like, I got my passport now, so now I'm like... Yeah, I'm not, like, checking... I got to go there.
Proud of you.
Well,
Proud of you.
I didn't fucking need it up until I sort of needed it. Now I really don't need it, but now I'm like, it opens up the door. I can go...
You want to come to Iceland with Heather and I?
No.
But you can meet Heather.
Yeah, but I'm not... No. I'm not planning that. I'm sorry. That's too close. You're leaving in like fucking 3 weeks.
I know. It's crazy. We just did like some planning yesterday on the phone on a Zoom call. It was great.
God, I'm also like kind of traveled out. Even though I've only done like these short, but it's like...
But it's enough.
I'm not a fan of like fucking hotels and
I know. You don't sleep well in hotels. I sleep like a baby on the other hand.
I started bringing my own pillow. Brought my own pillow to Block Island too.
Yeah, you did.
And that bed was not that comfortable either.
I'm sorry.
For what you spent.
I'm sorry.
But whatever.
It's also Block Island, so you got slim pickings over there.
What a time, though. What a time. I get some good drone footage of seals.
Oh, wow.
Playing in the water.
That means that there's sharks.
I know. They're always over there, though, because it's where, like, the point is. Like,
yeah.
They're always over there.
Means there's sharks nearby. Where there's seals, there's sharks, and that's scary. No, I watched whatever 47 meters down or 47 feet down or whatever it is. Meters.
47 feet. Not that bad. I mean, it's pretty bad, but not that bad.
Scary. Yeah. I'll never go cage diving because of that movie now. And it wasn't even that scary.
Dude, that would never be a motherfucking thought in my head to go down in a fucking cage, because that's exactly what I think would happen.
That.
Like, yep.
All of a sudden, the rope breaks. Yeah, no.
That would be my luck. I would be the guy that's like, oh, well, he's just...
You know what I would like to do? If there was a boat, there are boats, but they have like a glass like undercarriage that goes like under the water almost. So the boat like rides the top and then it goes under, and I'll just like sit right there and I'll like look. But like...
Nope. No thanks. I would like to go whale watching, though, but I'd have to make sure that
that's also hit or miss.
I know. I'd have to make sure I'm on the Dramamines like crazy.
Yeah.
But that would be cool, though. Can you imagine seeing a fucking whale?
I drove us home the other day, and you were so good. You didn't throw up or anything.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was drunk. I mean, I wasn't really.
You got Taco Bell, and it was great.
We did. We got Taco Bell.
Yeah. And you had cake.
I still have it.
Yeah, we have a lot.
You took the whole... you took half a sheet of fucking cake. I don't know why. You can't really fucking eat it.
I know. I'm going to bring it to my parents' liquor store so the kids can enjoy it.
The kids?
We have a worker.
Okay. Well, there you go.
We have a few workers. So they can enjoy it. Anyways,
there you go.
I think that was a good episode about weddings. I think
surely.
Much success.
You're going to get married in Italy? What part of Italy? Rome? Naples?
No, I would do it in like Sicily or Naples. No, probably Sicily. If I were to do it. If I don't do it, a destination wedding, I want a more low-key wedding, and it would be at a brewery in Charlestown.
What?
Charlestown.
A fucking brewery?
It's really pretty, and I'll show you it. I'll show you it after.
All right, because like
it's really pretty, and then I don't want sit-down dinners because half the time people don't even like wedding food. So
food trucks.
So I'm doing food trucks.
Yeah.
So I would have like I want it to be like a food truck festival at my wedding.
I mean, that's pretty solid.
Yeah. I want to have like multiple food trucks, not just like one. You know how like sometimes they'll have like a pizza one come by or whatever. Like I want like 5-6 different options. So if someone wants like pizza, they can have pizza. If someone wants Mexican, they can have Mexican.
I mean, that's a good idea.
Thanks.
I mean,
I have all these relationships with these restaurants. I might as well.
What the fuck? Get some food trucks at the wedding.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I never went to food trucks this year. Are they still going on?
Yeah, they are.
Fuck.
You want to go this Friday? I want to go to Mulligan's.
What? Aren't they doing something at Mulligan's this weekend?
I don't know, but the food truck happens every Friday at Mulligan's. one's better.
Isn't?
Yeah.
I went last year once or twice. I went with you once.
Yeah, we went once to Food
The
Truck
other one.
Friday. Parking was a bitch.
That's the thing that over there.
The other one, parking's better, which is part of the.
But Mulligan's has as many as the other one.
Mm-hmm. Guess we'll go play it out.
Maybe.
Right.
Are you going Friday?
I want to.
We'll record an episode first and then go.
I get my wisdom teeth out next Monday.
You tell me this now. Maybe we should do 2 episodes, 2 more this week.
Okay.
You're going to be on like an ice cream diet.
Yep, probably. Fun. All right.
Anywho.
I love that I actually hate that for me, if I'm being honest, getting my wisdom teeth out.
I would hate that for me too.
But I love that for you, I guess.
And I hate that for me.
I'll see you guys later. Bye. The fact that we're